What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 16th episode of our podcast, Izinja, zeGame, proudly powered by MTNFC. This show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for MTNFC. Shout out to MTN. And I'm your host. The name is Josta Dladla. Our guest for today was born in a free state. Every time I go free state, but coming through the ranks of Bloemfontein Celtics, I didn't know that you played for Bloemfontein Celtic. Bro. I was surprised when I checked out the notes and everything that you come from there as well. Mm-hmm. We know about Jomo Cosmos, but where people know him, it's Moroka Swallows. That's where he played most of his football. I think he's got about 1,000 caps. He laughs at me when I said he hardly even missed any game. Played every time, hardly got injured, consistent in everything, captained the Swallows team for 7 years. I said 5 years. He was correcting me now, saying that, you can't be saying 5 years. It's been actually 7 years. You missed 2 years. 7 years captaining Moroka Swallows. Now they call it Swallows. Is it Moroka Swallows again?
Moroka Swallows again.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lefa Tsutsulupa. How's it, my brother? You easy?
All good. Yeah, I'm easy, bro. Yeah, and thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. Even if on Sokodi seats, you gave me problems. I had to beg you, I asked you last year. I think a few months ago.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. The offer was not that. Wasn't convincing.
Yeah.
So I had to take my time, think it over, and be like, okay, that's my boy. Let me help him out. So yeah, I'm here.
But you hardly even do interviews. What's up with that? What is it with you? TV with you and TV. What's up? You hardly do radio interviews. You hardly do anything. Even when you were playing, you hardly even wanted to do those interviews after the game. What's up with that?
Guys, this is simple. We all want the limelight. We all want to be everywhere, in everyone's faces. But the important thing is, do you have something or a story to tell? If you don't have a story, then there's no point in you coming in front of people and just wasting your time. So for the past couple of years, I've been chilling, working on myself, and just trying to create some stories that eventually I'll come and tell.
So now it's time to tell those people those stories. All I want to know is how do you play for 100 years and you don't get injured? You play each and every game consistently for
Let me correct you.
How do you do that though? What's the secret?
What is it? 100 years?
No, I'm just playing. How many years was it? How long was your career though? Come on, how many years?
Okay, so I started in 1999 at Bloemfontein Celtics. That was my first year. Let me put this down here. That was my first year, and then obviously I played from 99 until 2015. I played Celtics 4 years, 2 years in the Premier League and then 2 years in the First Division, and then I moved from there to Jomo Cosmos, where I spent 2 years. Not a great time at Cosmos, just to mention, because I never really played much football. I was also always the second best, and then I decided to move.
Yeah, so you were benched at Celtics, you were benched at Cosmos.
No.
You had it easier at Swallows.
No. At Celtics, it was much easier because I was young.
Yeah.
I had Coach Styles, Puma, and Samuel Litsoka as the mentors.
Oh, yeah.
And they understood that I was coming from an amateur setup and straight to professionally. So they didn't really change much of how I used to play. So they just said, go in there, enjoy football. And that's what I did. So I enjoyed my first 2 years, obviously, as a professional player. And then the team got relegated.
Celtics?
Yeah.
No, Celtics was relegated.
That team.
What year was it? 90, what? You said 2009, 2008?
I started 2009, so obviously 2009, 2000. And then I think we got relegated 2002.
Yeah. Or 1999. This is 1999.
1999.
Yeah, let's take it to 1999. This guy thinks dog, I hope Obama 2000. 1999.
1999.
That's when they got relegated.
No, that's when I started.
Yeah.
And then 2000 2001, we
Yeah.
were still in the PSL.
Yeah.
And then we got relegated 2002.
No, man, I don't remember that.
2002.
Serious?
Yeah. Remember but it was more like a boardroom decision than anything else.
Yeah.
We played our last game needing 3 points.
Yeah.
I believe against Sundowns in Pretoria. And during that game, we played Lewang Kukame without knowing that he was basically
I think I remember the story.
suspended.
Yeah.
And then
I remember the story
obviously
now.
boardroom decisions, and then we got
Lost the
relegated
points,
from
yeah.
home. Yeah, we lost the point and we got relegated.
Did they come? So that's when you left the team. Then when they were relegated, when you like dumped them?
No. I went down with them.
Yeah.
I played 2 years in the first division.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, I was like, I think my time is done here.
So they never. So you left them there. So when you left Celtics, they were still in the second
They were
division.
still in the second division.
Yeah. And then you went to Cosmos then.
I went to Cosmos. Yes.
How was that with like obviously the history? Let's talk. Let's start before we go to Jomo. Let's start with like Celtics. Royal AM comes and buys the status, right?
Yep.
If it was you, you were Mamkize, millionaire. You buy the status with the fans that you have in Bloemfontein. Would you have changed the name? Would you have took the team away from Celtics? Like, do you think that was? I mean, with so much history. I mean, same thing happens with Vids. We know 100 years. It was thrown into the bin. I thought the same thing happened with Celtics. What would we, as Lefa, what would you have done better if it was you?
Before I respond, this is a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I don't have money and I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Listen, from my understanding, especially with people with money, they like to always create what's theirs. They always want to build something from scratch. They always want to own something. They want to put a stamp on something. So I think in this regard, as much as the madam understood the culture of Celtics, understood
the history,
what it means. Yeah, exactly. The history, what it means to people of Free State. But she wanted something that she could call her own. Hence the name change, change of location, etc., etc., etc. So you need to understand that it's their money. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
And that's what happened. You can't falter them. But personally, the people that I falter are the business people in Free State.
Yeah.
The team struggled for so many years. And then the Temulimela, it changed hands, obviously, to Jimmy Agosti, who obviously
the Portuguese guy.
Yeah, brought in some money, changed the team around, did some good work.
It was still under Temulimela, like he still had a percentage.
Not necessarily. I think at some point he eventually got bought out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was owned by the Agosti family.
Yeah.
And then they did well, and then eventually Jimmy had to sell to Max.
Yeah.
Who for the first 2-3 years, I think he did fantastic well, and then all of a sudden there were financial issues, etc.
Yeah.
Then this is where it bothers me. There's a institution in your province that has, that is huge. You can't describe.
Yeah.
And that culture, it wasn't just culture for Blue, it was a Free State culture. Then there is the government, municipalities, different municipalities that could have come on and assisted Bloemfontein Celtic. Every department has some level of budget.
Yes. Every province type of thing.
Yeah, so there's no excuse that there wasn't money.
Yeah.
It's just that people didn't see the need to channel it to Bloemfontein Celtics and save so.
To save that history that Celtics have.
Secondly, Bloemfontein business people, individual or in a collective, they have this mindset of working alone. You know, like I said, people want to own things on their own.
It's gotta be me.
They don't want collabs. They don't want to work with Josta. They don't want to work with X. You understand? So I think someone could have come on and said, guys, as much as it takes so much money to run a club, I have a certain portion. Can you come over? Let's meet. Let's talk. Let's see how we
save this brand.
Exactly, because it was worth saving. I still believe, even now, when you checked the
there was a game
match,
there. Yeah, what game was it? What game was the one respect? Oh, it was Royal AM. It was Royal AM apparently.
Even now with the Nedbank Cup, you can see there's still hunger in Bloemfontein.
I played there with the legends.
Yeah,
like the Joburg legends with the Free State legends.
I
don't know why they didn't invite you.
I don't know why you always call yourself legends.
I don't know why they didn't even invite you there. But we beat the Free State legend 10-0.
That was Free State.
Even if you were there, we were gonna beat you. No shot away, I don't know why they didn't invite you. So it was crazy. The fans. What I'm trying to say, the fans were like, it was madness, bro. When you got there, the fans, it reminded me of how the atmosphere it was there. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
Okay, cool. I understand. I think we need to revisit this word legend. You played against Free State former professional.
Oh, he said it. I didn't say that.
So we need to revisit this thing because people are now getting some state statuses that they are not supposed to.
True that, yeah.
And
bro, thanks for explaining that. Now you get to move to Swallows. Now you work with another legend. That's a pro. Now you got Jomo Cosmos. You work with him. We all know what he's done in a football game. We know as a coach what he's done and as a player as well. Yeah. How was that? How was that feeling like?
Braje will always be Braje. He was a great coach, street smart,
Yeah.
And he understood what he wanted to achieve with Jomo Cosmos. I think my first season at Cosmos, we won the SAA Super 8.
What is Super 8 or Coca-Cola? Were you
Super
part
8.
of the coach?
No,
Super 8,
I wasn't part of the coach.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not that old.
You are. Yeah.
So it was SAA that was my first trophy with them. And everything was going well. I learned a lot in the first year in terms of winning mentality, because that was, when you crafting points, that's how I learned to craft points at Cosmos, because certain periods you wouldn't be playing well and without even knowing why you're not playing well,
but you still gotta win. You still gotta win.
You still need to win.
Yeah.
And Braje being Braje will always try and cheat the game in a way. You always had things I don't want to mention on air that he did. And
the traditional stuff. Everybody knows that. The traditional stuff.
And also just from the technical point of view, because remember Braje played overseas, came back, national team, and so he had the experience. So he was imparting that on us, and I personally grew under him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. As much as I didn't play,
that's what I wanted to ask you. How were you like a regular? Because what was the squad then? Like, who was in the squad? Who are you competing with in the middle?
So when I arrived, we had players like Sipos Party, like Imshati, Bamuza Sono, Morgan Gold. I think Tico was still there. Mwari was still there. Mwali Furira as well. So there was like a great squad of players. Andrew Rabukla was there as well. Avril Party. So I got into Amakrotma.
Yeah.
And for me, training with them every day, sharing their experiences. Like I said, I benefited a lot.
I mean, for a kid that comes from Lady Brand, I know where you come from, bro. So now it makes sense. Wow, Shaka di Potriseka and like the thighs. Those mountains, did you run a lot out there? Did you do a lot of road works around there? And for a kid that comes from such a small place, what pushed you so hard to kind of gain the confidence that you had, bro? And tell me about your town. Did you play there as well as a kid? Were you playing football there before you even went to Celtics and whatever? What town is it? What type of town is it?
What kind of a question is this? Did I play football? Yeah, every footballer played football from age 2.
Not everybody, bro. Not everybody, bro. Yeah.
Okay, everybody who made it.
Yeah.
So, like any other kid, you grow up playing football. excuse the pun, from the dusty streets.
Yeah.
And eventually you get to primary school, where obviously now you're playing in a semi-organized environment. And then you move on. Luckily for us in those days, there were a lot of competitions, right? The Champions Little League, the Under 14 Milk Cup, and the Nedbank Under 17. So there was always something to look forward to. So I played, obviously, in primary level, the Champions Little League, and then my uncle also had a team that I played for, Kokasi. So I'll play at school. I'll play Kokasi.
What is the team? What is the name of the team? So you could go
It was
at home. You guys had a
at
team.
home, yeah, uncle, Zenzela FC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so tall.
Yeah. You guys speak Sutu like that's fluent
Bro,
Sutu there at home.
yeah,
And then
straight.
you come with the name Zenzele.
Bro, I don't know where that came from. That
Yeah.
we didn't even know it meant at the time. We just went and played. Okay. And then fast forward to high school, obviously now more competitions, more seriousness. And then the discussions happen. Oh, what are you going to do after school? Okay. Oh, I want to be like this and like that. And then parents, I want to do this. And then you realize, like, as much as this is something that I want, education-wise, academically, my parents are not going to be able to afford this.
Oh.
What do I have as a backup?
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
What do I do about it? How many years do I have? I think I was in the current now terms.
Yeah.
I was in grade 10 when I realized, okay, the situation.
15, 16 year old.
Yeah. I was actually
14, 16.
Yeah, like 15, 16.
Yeah.
I realized, okay, no, I need to have a backup plan. Okay, cool. Not really a backup plan because I knew the parents. So that was my exit strategy. Let me just put it like that.
In terms of like school-wise, like, you're not going to go to varsity.
I know I was not going to go to varsity because the parents were
couldn't
not
afford it.
Yeah, so I needed, something.
Yeah.
And football became the thing. So from grade 10 until grade 12, I trained like mad. I remember people used to laugh at me. Like, what are you doing? Or no.
Even the chicks didn't want you. So over those mountains, you were just running most of the time.
I don't want to lie. I trained like mad because that was the only thing I knew. I had to make it work.
That was gonna take you out of there. Not that you were struggling or whatever. That's the only thing that was gonna.
And I know I was good at it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't good enough. The moment I realized I wasn't good enough, this is what happened. Same regional tournaments, trials, etc. We got selected into the regional squad.
Yeah.
And then we went to play a match in Bethlehem. That's like an 2-hour drive from Makasi against their selection.
So that's another province. So
not another province. Within the same within Free State, but 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So we had Eastern Free State, Northern Free State, and the Western Free State. So I was playing Eastern Free State. But before you can be selected for Eastern Free State squad, you have to play in the regionals.
Okay.
That's when they select the final squad that's going to represent
the Free State.
So we went to Bethlehem, got there, got beaten 5-0. Right? And you're checking, who are these guys? Because they were better than us, faster than us, stronger than us, technically better than us. Oh no, they are from the Free State Academy, Free State Stars Academy.
No.
So all of a sudden,
you get a wake up call. Yeah, you get a wake up. Yeah, you do a big cook. You go out. I mean, Free State Stars at that time, like they were in the league, in the Premier League.
They were in the Premier League. They had an academy. We played against this academy and they beat us 5-0.
Oh.
So now you realize you were not just beaten 5-0. Like I said, they were faster, stronger.
You get exposed, like you
totally.
Yeah, totally. You still have a long way to go.
Yeah. So I got home. I'm like, Jesus, I need to compete there. So now you have to change how you do things. You can't be training the same way you were training. So I needed to up my game, and I did.
What was that? Like you did more running, you did more technical, or what did you? More food, more
Listen,
football stuff?
Everything.
On your own, individually?
Listen, this is how crazy my training session was. And it wasn't just football. Run in the morning. Remember back in the days, we didn't have kilometer watches. And
all these like fancy
all
watches.
the fancy things to measure distance.
Yeah.
You just wake up, run, come back. Sgela. Get out.
Before school, you ran?
Yeah. In the morning. Go to school. We out 2 o'clock. Go home. Have lunch. 3 o'clock. I'm playing basketball. 4 o'clock. I'm playing tennis.
You're too short for basketball. Pause there. You're too short to play basketball. What? You said basketball. You played basketball.
Dude, I played provincial basketball. Tennis, I played provincial.
No. Oh, you that good?
On everything. Except running. I wasn't good at running.
Okay. Long distance though, you liked it. You understood why you had to do it.
As in athletics, your 400 meters, 100 meters, that sort of. I was bad.
Yeah.
I actually ran away from it. It's bad. This is what happened, guys. Please don't laugh about this. My teacher says to me, because udlala bolo wena, so 400 meters utoba grand. I'm like, sure. Lefa Tsutsulupa mola, we lining mola.
That's like 2 laps. That's like 2 laps or 1 lap.
400.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ha, baba. You speed is a disc again.
Yeah.
100 meters. Hey, 200. By the time you get to 250, about to get a face.
All along you thought like you're the fittest, you're the fastest player out there.
Guess what? You want to listen to League 3. But what for it's League 3? Go on, listen to
track and field is totally different.
It's totally different.
It's totally different.
That was my last.
Those guys, yeah.
That was my last day. Yeah, the athletic.
No, but I mean, for like the transition. Like I look at you, like as a former player, how you transited from being a former player and into corporate. Like now, you decide who wears the boots. Yeah, thanks for the gift. Like it's the first thing that we got to put on our table, that we get to advertise Puma. Shout out to Puma and shout out to you. Thanks, my brother, for that. Yeah. Now you sitting on the table that you decide who wears these boots in the country right now. Like, you've got Killer that's selling cars. You've got a lot of guys that are doing other things. You now with Puma. How was that? And I think from soccer, you just went straight into that. Is it something that you had in a contract? Because you were sponsored by Puma. We know that. Is it something that, what's in the contract that, when I'm done, I'm coming to work for you guys? But I mean, it's just really nice to see, former players, doing something even after football in corporate as well. Like, how was that transition for you?
Where do I start? Okay. When I was at Swallows, the last 2 years of my career, I already started planning my exit strategy.
Yeah.
And that included, obviously, getting some level of qualification, whether sports management or whatever the case may be. Because while I was still playing, I could see there was a gap in the management of Swallows. Right? And I prepared myself to fill the gap. So I had it in my contract. So when I retire, this is where I'm going.
The Puma contract or the Swallows contract?
The Swallows contract.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Sharp. Smart. Team gets relegated.
Oh, now everything changes. Everything changes.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Okay. You have kids, so you need to come up with plan B. What did I learn when I was doing sports marketing? Sports management. There was a little element of marketing. There was a little bit of element of dietitian, what, all those things.
You did that as well at school?
So yeah, basic. It was more like a basic knowledge that I had.
Oh, yeah. He's a businessman as well. Now the Puma thing, then when did that happen?
And then post that, got a call from, there was a guy, James Marlin at Puma. He used to run the Johannesburg office. Calls me, needed someone to do technical training on soccer boots in Puma stores and in independent stores. Independent stores are your Total Sports and your Sportsman Warehouse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I'm here. I know boots, you know.
So what do you do? Like what you basically like try the boots
I
on?
basically take the boots,
Yeah.
like this. We used to have what we call a skeleton. It's a skeleton. So basically, a breakdown boot.
Yeah.
The outsole, outsole that way,
Yeah.
laces out, the top out, the inner.
Okay.
So showing how the boot was or is
It's
made.
been built and all this
Exactly,
type of thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I needed to know all the technicalities around the boot. What is it made out of?
Okay.
What technology is in the boot?
Yeah.
How is that beneficial to the soccer player? So I used to go to stores and stand in front of employees and be like,
Salespeople
hey guys,
and all those type of things. Yeah.
this is Puma boot. This is what it's made out of. This is suitable for X player, not suitable for this person. The stats make you faster or creep more, or whatever the case might be.
It's for a winger, for a centre midfielder, for a striker
So
type
I
of thing.
used to do that, and
You went at that point. You didn't have a job when you got this call. You were just sitting at home.
Yeah, I was just sitting at home.
Yeah.
And it was like every 3 months I'll do a tour, maybe do like 6 stores
Yeah.
in Joburg, and then the other 3 months I'll do another 3 in Cape Town or 5 or 6, depending on where he wanted me to do the training.
Okay.
And then it ended. I was at home for about a year without a job, like literally.
No salary or whatever.
No salary.
Okay, let me. The 3 months that when you did the tour with the boots and doing the tour about the boots and with the stores, the money that you made at that point would it carry you to the next tour?
No, it was about.
Okay, that's good. So like now you out for like a year. Obviously, maybe that money dries out along the way.
Yeah. Definitely, it did
Yeah.
dry out because
Yeah.
you still have a bond to pay. You still have school fees to pay.
Yeah.
You need to eat.
Yeah.
You need to clothe yourself, the kids, the wife. Everything still needs to, And then at one point, I'm like, okay, let me try this thing. I sent out emails, right?
When I email.
Right? It's there are gatekeepers when you call people. Almost.
Oh yeah, okay, I see you.
So
Okay, I see where you're getting
so
to.
email.
Yeah. Straight to the boss.
Free State Sports Arts and Culture Department. The mayor's office in the Free State, Mansupa Municipality. I said to them, guys, this are my qualifications. I want to come back to Free State. I can offer this. Let me know if there's an opening.
Nothing. No reply, nothing. Nobody replied to you.
No,
nothing
not
at all.
even acknowledgement. Nothing.
Yeah, to say, okay, we found the email. Yeah.
I know, all good. Then send an email to Tepo Mashishi, who was already at Puma.
Yeah.
And
Former
James.
player as well.
Former player.
Former player as well, yeah.
Guys, I'm looking for Spani. Let me know if there's an opportunity. Sharp. James responded, hey bro, there's gonna be a post in the next 6 months to a year. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the whole year, no Spani, no salary, no nothing.
You're trying all these doors.
Yeah.
And nobody's replying.
Next thing, Tepo calls. Hey bro, you need to come in for interview, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all good. The other candidates' stories, you know how it is.
Yeah.
HR will set up everything. Okay, went to the interview. Tepo, and there's a guy, Alex Halley.
Yeah.
Hey baba. Ke apere suit, Ke apere jacket, shirt nyana. Looking all nice,
You
smelling good.
You have to go like you have to go speak English.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah. Like how was that? Like
My
I
guy.
like what you did, my brother, because you never said back. Like a lot of football players, they're sitting at home and they're thinking somebody's gonna come and knock on their doors and they'll get a job. You never did that. You kept on pushing.
Even if I'm hungry now, you will never talk. because I won't give you that thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm hungry. You'll never tell. If I have money or I'm broke, you'll never tell.
You don't look like your progress.
No.
They always say that.
No.
So you killed the interview.
Here's the thing. My wife always says to me, I think sometimes, "Ma, we look like as if we have our things together."
That's how it is, bro. That's how it is.
I'm like, yeah, we do. And then she laughs at me.
Never look like your problems.
Yeah.
That's one thing like people should know. Like even if
Exactly,
you're going through stuff
exactly.
and whatever, like still look different.
Yeah, and try to live what you want to be, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was sutuntate, got to the office. Good. He
Killed.
just laughed at me.
Who laughed at you? They laughed at you. Tempo laughed at you in a suit. Oh yeah, because they don't wear suits.
Like, bro,
they chill.
what are you doing?
That's one thing I realized about like all this corporate, like the sport, like side of the corporate world and whatever. These guys are easy, like on track suits and whatever, right?
Yeah,
See how you dressed up right now.
Right,
That's how they are.
I'm like, hey, I was here for interview, guys. I needed you to take me very serious.
Yeah.
And then the interview went well, and then started my probation, 3 months probation. Guys, life after football is not child's play. Irrespective whether you planned or you didn't. It's not the financial. It's not even about finances. It's about your whole being.
Like mental state, whatever, physically, everything.
Bro,
yeah.
Everything changes. So Lefa starts the probation period, gets to the office. Tsepo shows him, this is what we do, boy, here. Welcome.
That's another ex-soccer player, by the way, who's into corporate with him. By the way.
So, listen, guys, I'm very grateful to have had Tsepo as a mentor. And I'm still grateful. Because he understood the difficulties of transitioning. So he never put me under pressure for no reason. Lefa, now we need to have a coping mechanism. Lefa will get to the office. Ne? Lefa, team talk, or how long is team talk?
Team talk, it depends. It depends on the coach. If it's a good coach, 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really extend so that it be realistic.
Okay, let's say
1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour, yeah.
That was my attention span.
Of course, I mean.
And I'm expected to hold that from 8 o'clock to 4 in the PM.
Now you back into corporate, like you got to do that, be at the office, like you got to be there at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
You have to act the part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to show people that, hey, bro.
I'm no longer here. My mind is no longer here.
Got there, bro. The first 2 hours, it's fine. I'm able.
You got your own desk, right? You got your own desk.
You have your own desk. You
know how to use. Okay, no, you know how to use a computer.
I know. And I went to school.
I was telling somebody, Lefa, right? I was telling the boys, I'm like, most of us as footballers, we use computers to watch movies. Now, when you send emails, like you got this computer, this guy's busy sending emails. It's not. Bro, we don't know how to use computers. Most of us.
I had 2 years to prepare.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
You knew where you were going.
I knew where I was going. I knew at one point this thing I need to know how to Google it.
Yeah.
So forget about Microsoft. Microsoft. So sharp.
It was Windows.
We're busy. Okay, at 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, I'll take a 30 minutes break. Right? My guy, from 10:30 until lunch, I'm watching YouTube.
You're at the office like you're on YouTube. But you got nothing to do.
You can hear computer keys
around everywhere, but yours is not working.
Boy.
What is it? It's just that you don't know what to do, or you just lost, or you just, what is it? You just zoned out.
Zoned out. Because my attention span, I was done.
Yeah.
In 2 hours, my mind was already full.
How long did that take you, like, just for you to kind of like adapt to?
The whole probation period.
The whole 6 months?
The whole 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah. The whole 3 months.
It's been how long now, Lefa?
It's been 7 years and a couple of months now.
And you're still there, though?
I'm still there, bro. Gotta hustle.
As hard as it was, the transition and whatever, you still there. That's what I wanted to...
it never gets easy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We sometimes think by being in a space for so long, getting used to the routine, it gets better. No, it doesn't get better because the demands are different every year.
Yeah.
Especially with that team that we associate ourselves with. So the demands are...
Shout out. So were you part of the decision makers that chose to go to Sundowns?
No, because that was 2016. I arrived 2017. So already when I arrived, they were already part of the family, part of the brand. I only took it as my property, so I'm basically just looking after.
You are in charge. You're the one that's in charge of the account.
The
office way. Like you are the one that's in charge of the account now.
I look after them. The brand is in charge.
Oh yeah. All right, but let's rewind it back and get back to like how soccer it was. Like, so you at Cosmos, how did you end up? Like the Swallows call up? How did you even get up that call? Because you were not playing that well. Like you're not playing at all. Like, right? Now, what made you want to go to Swallows?
Okay. So it's towards the end of the season at Cosmos. They still owed me some money.
Who owed you money, bro?
Projay, Cosmos, sign on fee. They owe my money. I'm not playing. You know, when you're not playing, no one wants to pay you.
Yeah.
It's so every time you're like, but my sign on fee. I know, man. Okay. It was the season.
Okay.
I'm not playing.
Yeah. Did you end up getting it?
I got instead of now
the 10 bucks. Yeah.
They offer me a contract. I'm not playing already.
Now Swallows is putting an offer.
No, not Swallows. Cosmos,
yeah.
Gives me an offer.
An offer, yeah.
I'm like, but I'm not playing. So why are you giving me an offer? No, Braje is gonna use you next. I'm like, no, now I already made my mind. I'm leaving. So just give me my money and my clearance, and I'm
Where are you going?
out.
Where are you going? Like at that point
don't know.
when you leave, you just wanted to leave the club. You
I
didn't
just
care
know
where you were
I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to play more,
Yeah.
but it wasn't gonna happen at Cosmos.
Okay.
Another thing, remember, I was competing against the bosses.
Yeah. Like, it was a strong team then.
Yeah.
Just to break into that team.
Also, same position with the boss's son.
So nah, man, but wasn't he a striker though?
No.
Bamuza?
No.
He was playing as a centre midfielder.
He's center midfielder, attacking midfield. Yeah, winger somewhere around those
So he was setting the team and obviously putting himself in.
No, I don't want to go.
No, I don't know, like, so when daddy, like, when Jomo like set up the scheme, he would never leave out his son in the scheme. Like, even though you knew that you were better than him.
Will you?
No, I mean, my son, if he's not good enough, I mean, you better than him, I'll put him out. I'm that type of father.
Okay.
He's gotta work. He's gotta earn his place. I'm that type of father. You know what I mean? I would never do him any favors.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
So they offered me a contract. I rejected it, and then I just said to my brother, my uncle. I call him my brother. My uncle. He's like 2 years older than me. Anyway. Oh, by the way, Lefa Tsutsulupa, we started together. I know there was a question about Lefa Tsutsulupa. We started together at Bloemfontein Celtics.
Yeah.
Signed same year, same time, everything. And then he got injured somewhere along the way, and then he never.
He was a football player as well. That's the guy that owned the team, like Pokasi. The guy who had the team, Pokasi. Yeah.
And so,
he was better than you.
Yeah. But he had more plaque than me. So he picks up the call. Yamuna, give me Gavin Hunt's number. I give him Gavin Hunt's number. He makes the call. Gavin, my young brother, Lefa Cosmos, Dladla, can he come over for trials? Just give him 3 days.
Look at him. Just want you to look at him. That's
Gavin says, okay, cool. Let him come. Now I got there. First day, I'm from Cosmos.
Who you competing with? When you got there, who was in the team, the Swallows team by then?
Goodman Mazubuko, Alfred Peary, Junaid Hartley.
No way, stuff like that team.
Cecil Wilson. Bro, top quality.
Quality.
Warren Lewis.
Yeah.
Dennis, bro, it was quality. Lefa gets there, start kicking everybody. I'm from Cosmos. And I give a span.
At training, hold up. At training. So this is training. You just
my first day, I had an altercation with Junaid. Because remember Junaid used to do funny
the
things.
tricks and all that stuff.
Bro,
You used to kick people.
Bro, I needed span at that point. I was from Cosmos.
That's new. Okay.
I was from Cosmos.
So you
got
get
there
the-
on a
yeah.
Spani, and then Junaid is in front of me, is standing between me and the contract, Baba. I need to go through Junaid, and I did. Yeah, man.
You went through him.
Yeah, I went through him, and then after the session, Gavin came and was like, I'm gonna sign you.
He likes that. Obviously, that's
Yeah, he liked
that.
it.
Yeah, he likes
Like,
that
I'm gonna
aggression.
sign
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he signs me. And then we went and played the first game. First game, played well. Luckily for me.
Started sitting on the bench.
Yeah, started because I think
this guy.
Goodman had an injury.
Yeah.
Or peer between the two. The one was injured, so I went into their play. Played well. All good. Went and played an away match in Polokwane. I went into a 50-50. I pulled out.
That's unlike you now.
Bro.
Kevin was on your case.
At half time.
You gotta say, bro. What did he say? No, you gotta tell me. Like, I want people to know. How is he? Like, what did he say? How did he say? Like,
What the F are you doing? This is the reason why Cosmos let you go.
whoa! He said that. This is the reason why you never played there. This is why they let you go.
Bro.
No way.
I signed you because you were kicking everyone. Now you're just
Holding
a small dog today. What is wrong with you? Bro. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking,
Yo.
what is wrong with this coach? Why couldn't he just pull me aside and like, hey,
That's not Gavin, bro.
bro,
Like, he's
in front
not
of everyone.
Yeah, that's him.
And
that's
you know the
typical.
F word.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the F word. I'm from Brajay.
Yeah.
I'm from Brajay. You know? Now I get to Gavin.
Braje will just keep quiet. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to on a young place.
Yeah, that's
and then
Brajay for you. Yeah.
It's done. Bro.
What did that do you? That's halftime.
That's halftime.
Did you get substituted?
No.
You went back.
He said I must go back.
You playing against who?
I think it was Dynamos.
That's in like Toyando.
Bro.
You went back. Like, did you do well?
Yeah. I had to change the mindset, obviously.
Bro, like, what's the secret? Like you see Ronaldo, you see Messi. These guys, they do what they do for the last 15 years. How long have they been? Let's say 20 years. The longest time that they've been in the game, they produce week in, week out, season after season. Lately, we see players that come in for 2 seasons and that's it, 3 seasons. Now, I'm going to make an example with you. For 7, 8, 10 seasons. How long were you there for at the Swallows?
Swallows 10 years.
10 years. You played each and every week.
Yeah, let me.
No injuries, no nothing.
Can I add?
Captain them for size.
Not as a sub. Starting.
Not as a sub, right? But this is what it is. You played Lefa. You gave them your all for 10 years.
Yeah.
Not as a sub. Never got injuries. Only you started getting injured when towards the end of your career.
Yeah.
What is it about the players now that they can't do what you guys did? What's the secret? What did you guys do? Like, what made you play like that for so long?
I guess first and foremost, bro, you need to respect the game. You need to understand that the game doesn't owe you anything, irrespective of how much you put in. It will always give you what you deserve. So if you're gonna put 50%, you get 50% out of it. If you put 100, you put 100. The difference between our generation and the current generation is sacrifices. We sacrificed so much. I left home when I was 19. Stayed in a garage. Tell the current player to leave now and go to KZN and stay in the garage. In the agency, I used to have players saying, I want to go trial in Polokwane. Can you organize a hotel? A guy who plays tournament in Soweto wants a hotel.
A hotel, yeah. Play Sunday football.
Sunday football, not even once a hotel. And, you know, so the current generation don't understand that there's a certain level of sacrifices you need to do. Whether it's time, money, whatever, friendship, girls, nice time, something needs to give before you can achieve greatness. If you're not going to sacrifice any of that,
What did
bro,
you sacrifice?
I grew up in high school. I have 3 friends. Only 3 friends. I still have 3 friends now because of what I went through, the training and everything. People just kept falling off because they didn't resonate with what I wanted.
Did you party?
No.
Yes, you went once a while and whatever, but you were never like a clubby type of
It's when you're a teenager, you will go.
Yeah.
You have a game on a Sunday. You will go on a Friday. You check out. Okay, this is and then because you have a game, you go back home. I wasn't the guy to sit at a party until 4 a.m. and then expect to go and play.
Training the next day, yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So, like any other, this group of mine, we experience a lot together. Macheri, going out, Joala. Oh, this thing doesn't taste nice. No, it's not for us, gents.
Yeah.
Move to the next day. So, and we were all footballers, the good thing. So when I go and train, they will be like, okay, we if there's a game, we together. And then if they say, guys, we need to know, hey, you need a girlfriend. Raza, I'm going to fail, but they're like,
that's not your thing. Yeah.
Hey. Move.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. The chicks will be like, like you guys are too serious into football. Yeah,
exactly. So
ever
since I always had few people around me. So it didn't even faze me when I turned professional. The same. I always kept the same people around me.
Yeah.
I think also the current generation wants fame. And to them, fame is like being in people's faces all the time. For no apparent reason. They just wanna, I'm here. Oh, and no, I've got nothing to say, but I'm here.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. That's what. So, best players, they always know that there is a certain level of commitment that one has to have to be great.
Yeah.
And let me just put it in simple ways. You need to be crazy about football. Simple as that.
I like that.
If you're not
it's gotta
crazy,
be a lifestyle. It's gotta be a lifestyle.
Everything. You need to breathe, eat football.
Soccer, yeah.
Then you become great. If you're not, it will give you the 2 years that you play. You think you are in, but you're not actually in.
I've heard about this football gods that people always talk about. What is it about this thing that people always talk about, these football gods?
Remember Julio Leal, the Brazilian coach that came and coached Swallows?
Yeah.
He actually taught me that. He taught me that football on its own is not just a physical game. It's also a spiritual game. So whether you believe in Amadlozi or you believe in God, you need to believe in something. So when people talk about football goals, they talk about different. It differs from player to player.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to understand that there's always a higher power, irrespective whether it's a positive higher power or a negative higher power, but there's always a higher power. So for me, if you believe in something, that thing drives you, protects you, and guides you.
10 years with Swallows, memories that you have. I know you've won 2 trophies. There was a season when you guys were just hot. You had like all the big stars. You had Chaba, you had Nomvete, you had... That's a season when you guys won that trophy. What trophy was it?
MTN 8.
MTN 8.
Yeah. And
we
came second.
Yes.
We came second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, like what was going on? Like what was just happening? You guys traveled to China. I remember at one point the money was just all good. Like you guys were just traveling the world and off-season, pre-season, you guys went to China. I mean,
guys,
tell me about
I
those
love
10
football.
years.
I love football because
football
makes people think we can afford all these things. Ne? It's off-season. Solos didn't have money as in the other big teams, right? Yeah. And when you get an invite from an international company, they pay for everything. Solos didn't pay. So everything was paid out by the Chinese embassy together with whoever organized the tournament. So, and obviously, as a team, you get an appearance fee that in turn goes down to players as your travel allowance. Solos didn't organize the tour, guys.
So let me ask you this. What did that do to you, that trip, that off-season going to China and there's another one that you guys did, Germany as well.
Yeah.
What did that do to you guys coming back into the Premier League?
Yeah, okay. That tour was different in the sense that, like you said, it was off-season.
Yeah.
We never trained during that period, that 2 weeks when we were in China. It was more like a stretch sessions, and then you go and play a match, and then you chill the following day, and then you go and play. And what made me realize was South African football already at that time was already on par with international stage, because we dominated every game that we played. The first game we dominated, the referee did his thing, and we were like, cool, it's just an off-season thing.
So you felt like you guys were...
Yeah, no. We were tops.
Yeah, like who are these guys? But like,
I understand.
Know, like,
and it wasn't a smaller teams. It was more like what was the name? They just after they signed Anelka.
Yeah,
but Anelka was not there at that point.
Oh, that's when the players were moving to China. Once they retire and those type of things. Yeah.
Bro. So we did our thing, and I realized, okay, we are on par with everybody else. It's just that the difference is that overseas they were consistently doing things, whereas here you implement something 6 months down the line, you change it, you move into the next one. There it was more about progression. Hence, even now you can see China, Japan, Hong Kong. Everybody's moving forward.
You go to Germany and you get invited again. Did you guys get invited to that Germany tour as well? The off-season tour again?
Yeah, it was a VW. Remember at that point we were sponsored by VW. So it was more like a VW tour. And we went and played Werder Bremen, which in turn was owned by VW.
Yeah.
And same thing. We dominated that side. And
any players were being did the team want some of the players that you guys
had? We left Mama Niang that side. So after the game, they just wanted Mama Niang, and Mama Niang stayed.
So it's exposure for players as well.
It's a very good exposure. And as a player, you also it's a question of being at the right place at the right time. I think Mama was at the right place at the right time because of his height, because German football was more around crosses and so when we were playing, he won everything in the air. So he was the player that you couldn't ignore.
Of course. Yeah.
You know. So we left him. I told him, dude, tell Leon Prince you're not going to South Africa, because if you jump on this plane, you're not
coming back. Yes,
knowing how South African football was.
You said that, Jim?
Yeah, I told him. I was sharing a room. I told him, do not jump on that plane.
These guys are interested in you. Make sure you
stay
seal
here
this thing,
and this thing gets sealed. So he goes to Leon. No, Leon was not there. He goes to Gordon. He tells Gordon he's not going to South Africa.
I could imagine Gordon's experience. Let me hear this. What did he say?
Gordon is like, I don't know what to do. Then they call Leon, and they had to call people from Werder Bremen to go organize a longer stay for Mama Niang. And eventually we left him there.
Why I'm saying this, I played overseas, and I realized like playing overseas most of the time pre-season, these guys make sure that off-season, the first week, you train it out. The second week, you go away. That literally like brings the team together. When you come back, you are a different team. I realize South African, with no disrespect, but I realize South African teams always go to Polokwane. Off-season, Polokwane. I'm just saying, like using Polokwane as an example. Yeah. You play in South Africa for 12 months, week in, week out. What is it about just taking that money and just say we're going to Spain? When you go to Spain, you go to certain camp because they've got proper places where you can camp, proper facilities. You sit there, and there's also teams around the world that go in camp at the same spot. What you do, then you get to play with these teams. Then you can size yourself up with these teams. And some of the players you can literally see, I'm actually good. I can play where these guys are playing. When some of the guys can get exposed and left behind, which is more money for the team. Or if you don't get signed that time, you come back, you play with Kaizer Chiefs. Let's say you are a Platinum Stars, come back with Kaizer Chiefs. You are so confident because you've played against Ronaldo that you showed in flames. So the change of environment that I realize helps a lot of players and helps teams.
Yeah.
Hence, you guys did well in the MTN8, and there's another cup that you guys did well. People don't realize that. Do you think that's what actually helped you guys to do that well that season?
Yeah, like I said, remember I told you my story moving from Ladybrook to Bethlehem and then got smashed.
Yeah.
Changed perception of football.
Yeah.
Same applies to professional level as in PSL. You need to compete with other teams from different continents, different leagues, so that you can see how they do things. You can see their level of commitment, and then you bring that home, and then you implement.
Yeah. Sundowns is doing the same thing, by the way. Sundowns last season they did that, which is another team that did that. There's another team in the PSL that did. Pirates.
Here's a team that is. Here's a team that just took a first trip overseas, came back. They are doing wonders. TS Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
They just took a trip to Turkey.
Yeah. Yes.
Now they're a different team. And it's not by chance. It's not by chance.
You exposing your players to like all these things.
Yeah, because all of a sudden they realize, we're actually better than we are. We can push ourselves.
Yeah.
And then that's what they are doing now.
So you come back into overseas. Now most of the players are starting to retire. There's problems there. Chabangu, like one of the best that I played with and whatever. How was it playing with that guy like in the team, Chabangu, Nomvet? Like I know, like there's probably other stuff that maybe the discipline wise and whatever, but just football wise, playing with that guy, how was it? And also Nomvet as well in the team.
One thing I liked about Swallows, we had experienced players who played overseas, experienced players who spent their time in the PSL, and also the younger players that were coming through the ranks. And for me as a captain was to try and blend everyone. How did I manage to do that? Mahrotman, we had bonds to pay. Mahrotman wants to win. They're not there for tick-tack. They want bonuses. They want to win so that we can pay off the back. The youngsters are coming through, but the only way for them to enjoy football is to be in a winning culture. You don't enjoy football if you are losing. Whether you are playing 90 minutes, you don't enjoy. So you need to create an environment, a winning environment where everybody who is capable to excel. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And playing with Abel Ratashabangu, Papi Mbomeni, Bele, the crazy Chanene.
You're Temi as well. Terminator was there as well.
Terminator. Yeah. At one point we had to do as well.
Yeah.
Helped us in a way because, like I said, we understood that at our age, we needed money so that we can provide for kids.
Yeah.
We can cover certain things. So going into a game, it was a question of how many goals are we going to score? It wasn't a question of, today we're not sure. We knew we were going to win. But
how you win, you don't care, but you just need to win.
No, we did care.
Yeah.
But how many goals? We knew we were good.
That's the mentality that you guys had.
That was the mentality that we had.
Yeah.
And it helped us because we shared the same mentality. And to such a point where nobody actually cared who scored. We used to say...
I remember it, yeah.
Yeah, we used to say,
then,
guys, whoever scored, listen, we're going to follow you to the corner flag. Do your thing and then we'll get our bonuses. We don't care who scored. So that's how we, even if you've noticed, we had so many goal scorers in the team.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody was just sharing the ball.
Defenders.
Rato could score, Bele could score, Papi could score, free kick. Yeah, man.
That's what makes a team. That's what makes Sundowns. So that's what,
Exactly. So no one was better than anyone.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't good at free kicks nowadays, yeah? I knew I wasn't good at penalties. Bele will take. I knew Papi's not good at certain things, and then Ashraf is there. So we understood also our strengths and weaknesses, and we worked around it, and we covered each other very well. There was a point where I remember in a game, and we were struggling on Joseph's side, and I said to him, "Don't come back. I'll cover you."
I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
And
what did you say to him? You see, like you understood he's gonna give you something that you can't
exactly,
give them
like,
going
don't,
forward. You're
Don't,
like, I'm
don't
gonna
come back. I'll cover you.
Yeah.
I get the ball. I give it to you. You do something. That was how we used to play. So everybody had a role. It was simple. Oh, easy. Beginning of the season, we used to have a meeting as all players, no coaches, nothing. And then we'll go through each one of us. What is it that you want to do this year in terms of either buying or building or whatever, school fees, anything.
Oh, snap.
So Lefa will come and like, guys, I have a 2-room house. I need to build a double garage. And it's going to cost me 40,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So we work around everybody. Oh no, my mom, I need to cover this. I need to cover that. Guys, me now I just need 50,000 for my kids for scale.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. So what's the average? No, the average is like 70,000 per player. Then we look at the games. How we have 30 games. Where are we gonna get the 70,000?
Yo, for real? Like,
Yeah.
so like you're talking as amongst players, or that's like
Among
now
the players,
technical-
there's no coach, there's
Yeah.
no management. It's just us.
Now you take that after that. Once as a captain, did you take that information to the coach from?
No, they don't need to know that. It's a players only thing. So if you go and miss a penalty, I have the right to say to you,
but
whenever I'm missing that penalty,
yeah,
you're actually
yeah.
taking money out of my mom's, mouth. So you can't be doing that. So that's how we held each other accountable.
Lefa 300 games for Swallows, bruh. Like how many did you ever sit on a bench? What 300 games?
No, dude.
When you celebrated, did you get like I see after 100 games they give you like a jersey saying 100 games. Did you ever get celebrated? Did you get a jersey like that at Swallows?
Guys, my moments are weird.
Nothing.
Certain things just sit and think, this could have happened differently if
Yeah.
there were right people in the right positions. But
So nothing. You got nothing. No trophy. We see these things in Europe and they celebrate the player before the game, and he just scored 20 goals. He just 100 games. And nothing
never
like
got that. It never got mentioned anywhere. However, I'm the one who said to the team, Cracky Tafia needs to get his 300 shit. Because he got his 300 after me.
What?
Yeah. Because it didn't happen with me.
Takes
But I understood the importance of it.
That takes a big.
So I was like, this guy needs to get his shit.
So they gave him and they made
Yeah,
yours.
we made sure he got his
Get
shit.
yours?
No. The moment has passed.
No.
The moment has passed. I promise you. Same applies with the Nedbank Cup final. We won it. Never got the medal. Same time, same day. Never got the medal. Myself and the coach.
How come? Like the medals are supposed to be enough for the whole team.
No.
Who got the medals if the captain? Because you're the first one to lift the trophy. You're the first one to step up, right?
And the office staff.
So none of the keep men, like, I mean, if I'm a keep man, I'll be embarrassed and be like, even if we get
Not
into
if
the
it's your
changing room,
first.
I'll take it. No, it doesn't matter. But I mean, I'll take it out unless because when you'd probably give it back, you'll take it out and give it to the keep man because you understand the job that he does and all of that.
Yeah.
But you never, not that it matters and all
Yeah.
that. You wanted the money. You wanted to pay the fees and all of that.
Yeah, so the
No
like,
ways. No ways. I don't believe this. Like,
this is me. I believe if something is meant for me, it will happen. Without even me opening up my mouth, it will happen. So if it doesn't happen,
it's supposed to
Not
happen.
meant
Like,
to.
I don't know, man. It's supposed to happen. I think, like you saying, we need the right people to be sitting there. Because I mean, just to recognize somebody's good work and like loyalty.
yeah.
Oh, that's all you need. You don't need money or anything. Just buy a trophy, even if it can be a 10 rand trophy. Like, engrave it somewhere there. Thanks for kind of like, serving us type of thing.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. You know what I mean?
It
As
does.
football players, that's all we need.
Yeah.
Because you give your all. You can break a leg. You train every day. You sacrifice so much. But for somebody just to take a jersey and a trophy just to say, you've done so much for this team, for this badge. Thank you. This is a trophy. You know what it does to you? The next day, what are you going to do?
Maybe I was just part of the French.
This guy's
You know,
sick.
when you have a pot plant by the corner there, eventually you're not going to see it, even though it's there.
And how important it is.
And how important it is.
Yeah. Forget
It
about
doesn't exist anymore, but it's still there.
Whatever, man. But 20 national team. I've had a lot of players that come in, great players that never reach 10 caps for the national team. At least you managed to go past that. 28 caps for Bafana. Do you think I'm one of the players that I thought towards 2010 I was doing so well for Sundowns, and I felt like, you know, I should have made the squad, you know? Do you feel like
I made the squad?
You made the squad for 2010?
Yeah.
No, man, you were not in the squad.
Okay.
What happened? So what?
Let me tell you how this works.
Let me hear this.
If remember, for a call-up, there are letters that get sent to clubs.
Yeah.
And the clubs inform you.
Yeah.
Right. And then you need to submit your passport.
Yeah.
I submitted my passport.
So your name was the coach, the Brazilian coach, like selected you,
bro. I submitted my passport
for 2010
because there was a invitation letter to camp
to go to Brazil for like what, for the
Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
First Confederations Cup, and then the World Cup. So for Confederations Cup, I was in the team. Submitted my things, but never actually made it to camp.
Whoa. Go
That's back. Why I'm telling you, like, some things in my life don't really make sense until.
So how did you find out about? So obviously you did submit your passport.
Yeah, I did submit my passport.
Your name was there. You saw the invite.
Yeah. You don't just submit your passport if you're not part of the list.
If you're not part of the list, yeah.
The SAFA doesn't take your passport if you're not on their list. So I got an invite, submitted my passport. They had my passport, but I never made it into camp.
Did you ask anybody about that? Like,
no, you don't.
Just kept quiet.
No, you don't ask questions like that.
So, like, let's talk about the 28 caps that you got. Like, do you think you could have gotten more?
Yeah, I believe so. I could have even gotten junior caps. I will make it into the provincial squad selection. Take, for instance, the United Bank Cup, the under-17.
Yeah.
After every provincial national championship, they will select 40 players that go into camp, and then they select from.
Yeah.
I will always be in the 40. But when it's time now to go into camp, my name is not there.
Do you feel like most of the coaches, they already had their players?
It was
like tender Etsuang. They already know who's the tender Josta, but they just post it there because they have to do that. Like, post it there and be like, there's a post it and so. But they already know who's gonna take the tender. Do you think that's what happened?
Yeah. So in the Free State, even now, I want to case in point the game that you just went and played in Free State.
Yeah.
That was not Free State legend. It was footballers from Bloemfontein. So when I grew up, opportunities were given to players from Bloemfontein. So I'm from Lady Brent. I get selected to the national. My name gets scratched off. A player from Bloemfontein goes to camp. I promise you.
So all along, 3 times. Your whole career, dog, you were experiencing that.
Under 17, under 23, same. So, national team, national camp squad, but doesn't make it into the camp.
Do you think, like, more Champions League players were more selected, more True for Joy, teams from, like, the Val, teams from Soweto, teams from Pretoria, like, most players were coming from there than the Free State, like the outskirts. Like, this is how
most players were coming from cities. Johannesburg, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, Durban. We're now from,
if you're not known,
200 kilometers out of Bloemfontein. God.
So you're saying it was all about the exposure?
It was all about exposing their own at that moment.
Is it still happening? You believe it's still happening?
It just happened now with your game, bro. What do you mean it's still happening?
I didn't select the team. Now I was selected from the Joburg squad. Like, I don't know who selected the...
but I'm trying to show you.
I see. I hear you.
Still, but how it was communicated, in that fashion.
Oh, yeah. You never knew about this game as well.
You never knew about it until you see it, and then all of a sudden you realized, everybody who is here comes from the same place. So basically, we're not part of that. It's okay. Like I said, it's how they normally do things. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't new. It wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Good. Even when you called me, like, I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
That's the nature of football. Until we have people who have the best interest of football at every level, we're still going to have the same issue.
National team again, we're still there. Zambia goal. Let's talk about that goal, bro.
Oh, yeah.
As much as you were like a hard man in the middle, you had a taste for goal, like, and you used to hit them,
art,
eh?
dude. You know when they talk about football art, that was
Yeah.
So, it was Kosafa in Mpumalanga against Zambia. Kennedy Mweli in goals. Lefa on the free kick, and then Lefa just decided to take a quick free kick from the center line.
This guy,
And
he used to hit them.
And then I scored.
But like, what was that like a natural thing? You knew that did you practice those type of like things like, or it was just natural, or it was just one of those?
No,
I'm just gonna hit it.
No. I told you I trained.
So when you hit that ball, you like
I had the confidence. I knew I can.
Oh, okay.
Same applies with running. I knew I can go 2 games if needed.
Workhorse in that.
I knew I can take. If you beat me on something, you were not gonna beat me in running. So it's that I get you tired. The quicker you tired, the more mistakes you're gonna make. So I have to make you run more.
So it was faster. It was more of a mind game to you. It was
more of a mind game. Yeah, obviously, players like Tico who were ball players didn't want to run.
Yeah.
So eventually somebody needs to chase you.
Yeah.
If he's closer, he needs to chase you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So you make him tired.
And once he's tired, he can play.
But once he's tired, he's gonna make mistakes. He can still play, but he's not gonna be as effective as when he's fresh. So keep him running.
I always tell my son that I'm like, it's a mind game.
Hence the box-to-box thing didn't just come. It was more of, they have an attacking midfielder that I need to mark. So let me take the attacking midfielder from my own box to their own box.
We've got this other segment of like readers' questions, right?
Yeah.
So we got like, Mandla Setole, who's complaining about the dreadlocks, bro. Like he's saying, as long as I remember you've always had dreads. Will you ever consider to cut them ever?
Guys, remember what happened to Samson?
Ew.
So,
yeah.
There's a saying you need to learn from your elders. So, I'm never cutting my dread.
Lefa, thanks for coming through and sharing your stories with us. I know you had to do these things. I'm honored that you came through to talk to us and like tell us about your journey through like this football thing. It was never easy. We know that. You're my boy now. I know I used to play against you. Now I chill with this guy every time. It's so crazy. Like, the people that I used to play against, now I chill with them. Like good people, keep on being the person that you are. Keep on looking after the youngies. Make sure you give this Puma boost to the right people. But guys, thanks for the support at home. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Music, and then also you can go to mtnfc.co.za to see back the scene footages where there's a lot of stuff that you can do. There's competitions, whatever. Just go there, guys. And thanks to MTNFC, without MTNFC, the show wouldn't be possible. Check us out next time again. Peace.